So today we're going to be reacting to Bleacher Report's mock draft, and this is going to be probably Bleacher Report's final mock draft because we are exactly 1 week to go to the NBA draft. And I've obviously told you guys for quite a while that we're going to be doing more draft content and rather than just WNBA content. And trust me, we're going to be doing a lot more of it. But before we get on to, you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to 8.7 thousand subscribers by the end of the day. 45 more to go. 45 more. If we can get to 8.7, that would be absolutely incredible. Obviously trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month. 11 days to go. 1,300 to go. I think we can do it. But anyway, here we are. 2024 NBA mock draft full 2-round predictions with 1 week to go. So 1 week before the draft. So number 1, Zachary Risachet. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. I've had him number 1 since May. I've had him number 1 since May, and I mean, if for all you guys that are like, no, you didn't, nobody had him number 1 since May, I want to show you guys the Mick Talks Hoops channel. This channel you're watching right now, and oh my god, I upload a lot of videos. Jesus, I upload a lot of videos. Where is... He needs to be the number 1 overall pick 3 weeks ago. This was like 20-something to May. 20-something to May. We were out here saying that Zachary Risachet, whatever day Leeds lost in the playoffs, we were saying Risachet needs to be number 1 pick. But pro comparison, Harrison Barnes is crazy. But I think he's going to be good. I think he's a more sure thing than a Alex Sarr. And I think Alex Sarr doesn't want to go to, like we've seen this right here, like Alex Sarr does not want to go to the Atlanta Hawks because he probably doesn't want to come off the bench. So I would think they're going to take Risachet over. Like if you take Donovan Clingan with the number 1 overall pick, I'm sorry, you're wasting a pick. If you are taking Donovan Clingan number 1 ever, you are wasting that pick. Then we've got Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr, number 2 projected. Yeah, take him number 2. He has the highest upside of any player in this draft other than Tejan Salone. Well, expected upside. To some people, like obviously everyone has the benefit of hindsight. And we're talking later on. So somebody could have bigger upside right now than both of these guys. We don't know, but obviously we can't think in hindsight. But it appears that Alex Sarr has the highest potential. And he's going to be a really, really good player. So what Alex Sarr is going to give you is he's got some length, decent shooter. Or sorry, a pretty bad shooter, but has the potential to be a decent shooter. And I think he's fool's gold, but I think if he has a higher potential than a lot of the other centers, so 2 is perfect. Reed Sheppard a 3. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't like it. I think taking Reed Sheppard a 3 is crazy. It's a bit of a waste of a number 3 pick, to be honest. Like, if I'm Houston, if you're going to take Reed Sheppard, I look to ship it. You can get a better player for your team than Reed Sheppard. Not terrible, though, because he'll at least do something on a good team. Stephon Castle. How? Like, I'm sorry. If... I just hit my elbow off the table. I'm sorry. If Donovan Clingan is dropping past 4, I have a weird feeling there's going to be a conditional trade with San Antonio. Because San Antonio, I think, are going to want Risachet more than anyone. I think that conditional trade with 4 and 8 for 1 is going to be there. I think that it's going to be a case where Atlanta take Risachet, and if Clingan's still on the board at 4, San Antonio are going to trade 4 and 8 for 1 to get Risachet. Because San Antonio don't need both, and San Antonio don't... I like Stephon Castle. San Antonio don't need Stephon Castle. The only reason why you're looking at taking Stephon Castle is there's no good point guards in this draft. Or unless you want to take someone a bit better here and go and take Devin Carter with 8. But I don't... Like, a 6'6 defensive stopper who handles the ball and passes. Like, they don't need a 6'6 defensive stopper. I'm sorry, they need a shooting more than they need anything. They need shooting and playmaking, and he's not particularly great at either of them. Buzelis a 5, as good as a guarantee is Matasco a 5. I don't see any situation he does not. He goes earlier than 5, and I don't see a situation where he drops past 5. Donovan Clingan to Charlotte. That is a dumb pick. That's such a dumb pick. Like, why would you take Clingan to sit him on the bench? Why would you waste a number 6 overall pick to have a bench big? He's not better than Mark Williams right now. I don't like. Look, it's not a terrible selection. Taking Klingon, like this is like probably best player available, but still, like it says Mark Williams expected back. They might not think he's proven enough to eliminate eliminate a defensive difference maker like Klingon from consideration. Cool, I get it. This is exactly it. If he's on the board at 6, there's going to be trade offers. So I think that if he's on the board, I genuinely think that if Klingon drops past Houston, whoever takes him is going to be a trade. Like, none of Detroit, San Antonio, or Charlotte need Klingon. Or heck, even to an extent, Portland need Klingon. So I think that if he drops past Houston, it's going to be a case where someone is traded up to get him. Because I think there are teams not in the lottery, we're not in the high lottery, that could benefit from Klingon a lot more than teams that are in picking around those, we're in and around those slots for selection. So then you've got Cody Williams to Portland. Oh, he's suddenly back up. Oh, wow, he was at 5. Like, there's nobody that has been fluctuating as much as Cody Williams. I've seen him as low as 18. I've seen him as high as 2 recently. To be fair, him and Ron Holland. But it says rival teams continue to predict that Cody Williams will be predicted earlier than expected, potentially by Detroit at 5. I don't think they take him if Buzelis is still on the board. Pitch to Williams revolves around a coveted big wing archetype, his efficiency at Colorado, and belief that he has a mentality and blueprint, being his brother, to continue improving. Yeah, honestly, not the worst pick in the world. And I don't see, if you're San Antonio, I don't see why you'd take Devin. You know what? I actually you know what? Tell Stephon Castle, screw you, you're not a point guard. We don't care what you're saying, you're not a point guard. We're actually taking our point guard here in Devin Carter. I don't mind that. I think Devin Carter is a better option than Rob Dillingham. I wouldn't be opposed to trading 8 for Josh Giddey, because I actually like Josh Giddey's fit with Wembanyama just playmaking wise. But at the same time, it is hard to trade for Josh Giddey because of some of the off the court stuff, which is completely justified, to be fair. Like, this is a team that had Josh Primo a couple of years ago, so you're probably not gonna want some of those headaches. Like, when they did have the Flash, like. But yeah, I don't mind. Like, if you're going to use the pick, Devin Carter, I don't even mind Devin Carter and Stephon Castle. You can tell Stephon Castle, go play the 3. Go play the 3. You just be a better Keldon Johnson. Go start out with Devin Carter. We can go with Devin Vassell. We can put, at the 3, we can put Stephon Castle. And you can put Wemby and someone else. I'd hope Stephon Castle can shoot. I do like Devin Carter, though. But Ron Holland at 9, that's a great pick for Memphis. If you can get a Ron Holland type player at 9, just because he's going to be a good defender and he's going to be freaky athletic. So there are things that are going to translate. So I actually do like this pick for Memphis. If he's there at 9, I don't think, like, letting him fall out of the lottery is just teams overthinking it. He's someone that, if he went to college, probably would be in that conversation for number 1 overall. But, like, people have just soured on the Ignite recently, and he wasn't bad. He was better than Buzelis at the Ignite. So I don't mind that pick. Dalton Connect at 10. I don't like that because Utah aren't trying to win yet, are they? Are Utah really trying to win yet? Because I'm like, you don't take a 23-year-old senior when you're trying to, like, develop a team and not, like, we don't know what his ceiling is. Either way, though, look, you're going to get a score. You're going to get someone that's going to score pretty well, and you're going to get someone that's going to... You're going to have the smallest team in existence. It's going to be the funniest team ever. You've got, like, a Larry Markkinen who probably will, at times, play the 3 at 7 foot tall with Walker Kessler. And then your, like, 1, 2, 3 is going to be, what, Colin Sexton. At times, it's going to be Colin Sexton, Dalton Connect, and Keontae George are all going to be on the floor together. And it's like, what, 6'3", 6'1", and 6'4". That's a very, very small for on 3. Rob Dillingham to Chicago. I mean, if he's there, best player available. He's yet to work out for teams. He's a clutch, isn't he? I'm pretty sure this is like a clutch sport thing where they just want their players to go to, like, better teams at the end of the draft. They just want their players to go to like some of the better teams. Don't let OKC take Salone. Don't do it. Somebody's got to take him earlier. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. Because you know what that means? If one of him or Ousmane Dieng, if they're able to develop one of him or Ousmane Dieng, it's over for the league. It's genuinely over for the league. All they have to do, they've got another chance. They've got another chance. And I know Ousmane Dieng hasn't been great for 2 years, but you know what? That guy's just got this extendo arms, unbelievable build. You've given him another chance at an Ousmane Dieng type potential. Don't let him fall to OKC. Just don't let him fall to OKC. And this is not because I don't think it'll be good for his development. I'm not sure it's great for his development, but like he's gonna be unbelievable. Oh, they've got the opportunity. They've got an opportunity to. They're literally, if they can take this guy, it's like they're playing my league, where they have their guys and then they're able to just draft young players, and young players overalls just go up, and eventually when their other guys are off their rookie deals and they're about to go into luxury tax to go and trade some of their players, and their young player just slots in and starts. They're just going to be unfair. It's just like the whole... I think that, by the way, I think they take Nikola Topic here. I genuinely think they do, because Nikola Topic is just Josh Giddey, and then they're going to redshirt Topic for a year, and at the end of this year, trade Josh Giddey. That's my theory about it all, but he could be really good. I don't get the Obi Toppin comparison. I don't mind Khalil Ware. I'd still take Jared McCain, because you are looking for that like spark plug Malik Monk type player, and I don't know why you would take Khalil Ware at center when you've got Domantas Sabonis. But I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I think he should be a lottery pick. Portland, Tristan da Silva, getting an older senior who's going to probably give you something straight away. Again, I don't mind that pick. He's going to be really good. So, well, he's going to be good straight away. So you can never question that. Miami, Nikola Topic. Ooh. So, a cruciate injury might give Miami the best point guard in this draft. I might give Miami, arguably, a guy that could have gone top 3 in this draft if not for that injury. This might be the MPJ of this draft. This might be that like 1 in 5 years' time. They're like, how did he fall this far? But he's obviously going to miss his rookie year. How much do Miami trust their rehab process? How much do they trust their team's medical staff? And how much do they trust their ability to develop? If they trust all of those things, redshirting Topic for a year, especially when Devin Carter and Tristan Silva are off the board, and so is Connect, I really like this one. I really like this pick to Miami. And as a Miami fan, like I'm judging this by as a Miami fan, I really like this pick. Like this is a guy we've really struggled for a point guard realistically since Goran Dragic. I don't think he's even remotely similar to Dragic, but if this could be a really good pick. I like Jacoby Walter for the Sixers as well. Similar to KCP, but like he is going to be a 3-and-D player, and he's someone that can come in and help the Sixers immediately because they're looking to be good as well. The LA Lakers are 70 and take Zach Edey. I don't hate it, but I just don't want the Lakers to get Zach Edey because I think the Lakers are going to ruin whoever they get here at 17. And I don't want it to be Edey. I think, like, the Lakers at times have been starting Jackson Hayes. Do the Lakers even have a great center right now? I know AD obviously can play there a bit, but yeah, it's not the worst. He might still... Rival teams could believe he could go in the lottery. There's still skeptics. It sounds like some teams are willing to take a chance at a 7-4, improve mobility, inside touch could translate. I think he's going to be pretty good. Man, Orlando getting Jared McCain to be really good. The problem is they got a lot of these scoring guards. They don't need more scoring guards. They have so many of them. Like, I know Fultz has had some of his injury issues over the years, coming off the bench. Like, if you're going off Fultz, he kind of is a ready-made replacement in that role. So, if he's there at 18, look, he might be best player available, so I can see how you take him. Keyshawn George, he's 3-and-D, he's fine. Like, you're never gonna regret taking a 3-and-D player. It's the NBA. You're never gonna regret taking one. A 6'5" point guard in Carlton Carrington here for Cleveland is interesting. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, that's a good comparison. But he's 6'5" in shoes. Like, if he's slightly under 6'4", if, like, with the way that people are measuring players, he's probably going to be listed Like, listen, at 6'5" his rookie year, he's not gonna be bad. Like, for Cleveland there, like, I would normally, like, Tristan da Silva is in around. People are mocking Tristan da Silva here, but if he's gone, Carlton Carrington's not a bad option, especially if you're losing Donovan Mitchell. The Pelicans taking Missy. Don't really know how he plays with Zion. I don't mind him. I'm like, I would just think they're more likely to take an Isaiah Collier and move off McCollum than taking him, because they don't necessarily need. Do they really need a center? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But like, they got burned by taking a player this archetype in Jackson Hayes a few years back. I would much rather see him fall number one more to the Phoenix Suns. But I like Collier though. Like, when it's all said and done, Collier could come in. Collier could come in at the starting point guard. Like, he could come in starting at the one if he's very good. And like Grayson Allen, there's no, like, it's likely Grayson Allen starts. No guarantee. And even still, there are going to be lineups without Beal, without Booker, where he's going to be their point guard because they don't have one in their roster. It is a team that were so stuck, they brought Isaiah Thomas back in. So if Isaiah Collier is there at 22, this is going to be a great pick for Phoenix. Jalen Tyson at 23 to Milwaukee. I don't know about that one. For Milwaukee, but hey, it is what it is. My favorite pick, New York Knicks getting Ryan Dunn. I don't like Ryan Dunn as a first-round pick to anyone but New York. I like him to New York. I think he should be at that 24 spot. He's someone that I think could really, really fit the way New York play. I don't even particularly like him as a player. I like him to New York. Like, he is just an absolute elite defender. Darren Holmes the second. I don't know. Again, like, these all depend on, are you losing? Are you assuming you're losing Isaiah Hartenstein? If you're losing Isaiah Hartenstein, then yeah, this is a fine pick. I would say maybe you want to take a Filipowski over him, or like just bank on or hope that Khalil Ware is available at 25. I think if he is, you take him, or even a Zach Edey. Not the worst pick in the world, but I don't see him even being a first-round pick, to be honest. Then you got Terrence Shannon Jr., and obviously, after being found innocent of or not guilty of everything, I need to be careful about my words here, but from a strictly basketball perspective, 26 is you're getting a steal. If you can come out of this draft with Washington with 2 first-round picks, 2 and 26, and come out with Terrence Shannon Jr. and Alex Sarr, you're probably the winner of this draft. Like, if you're able to come out with this type of a haul, I could see him shooting up draft boards as well. Because, like, I think he's someone that you could see in that, like, 18 to maybe lottery, you just never know range. So Terrence Shannon Jr. he could be one of the steals of the draft, if we're being honest. Johnny Furphy to Minnesota, I don't mind it. Look, tall shooters, if you're a tall shooter, you can fit anywhere. It doesn't matter. There is no team that would ever say they don't want more shooters with some decent size. Like, it is what it is. There is no team like that will ever say no to that. So if you can get someone like that at 27, especially for a team like Minnesota, that would help. Filipowski, I actually like him to Denver. I actually do like him to Denver. Like, his athleticism isn't great, but like Denver don't play this run and gun style. Heck, Nikola Jokic, his wasn't great. And I was about to say Nikola Jokic could mentor him, but like I don't think Nikola Jokic is re-mentoring anyone. I don't actually mind it. I don't mind him going late in the first round, but it is crazy that like prior to all this stuff, he was projected to go like in the lottery prior to all the combine and stuff. Daddy to Utah. I like that pick, you know. I actually kind of like that pick because he has that potential. He's a tall wing again. He plays a bit of defense. And he is one of those guys where you're like, has the potential to be good. And if you're Utah, you can take a swing on someone for potential. Tyler Kolek to Boston at 30. You just know he's going to come in and help them next year. You just know. I don't think they're going to take him. But I think Boston are going to take like an upperclassman that'll just come in and help them. They're going to be the huge favorites to win next year again. Klintman to Toronto. That's not a bad one. That's really, really not a bad pick there. Especially because, again, does have that athleticism. He can shoot the ball a little bit. The problem is that, for me, I think there are red flags when you see somebody go to Wake Forest for a year and then leave and go straight to Australia. Like, I know it's the way basketball is, where players are like jumping from situation to situation. I just find players that'll, maybe if they haven't had the year they expect 1 year in college, and then just jump ship. I don't know. I find that as a bit of a red flag. I know for most people I wouldn't be. It's just for me. Baylor Shearman to Utah. At least people aren't projecting this guy to go. I've seen him go 18th in mock drafts. He's fine. He's fine. He's old. I think he's nearly 24. Again, he's closer to me in age than he is to Alex Sarr or any of the top guys in the draft. Or like Topic, who's youngest. Is Topic the youngest player in the draft? If you can get Tyler Smith in the second round, it's really hard to evaluate G League Ignite players. But I think he has the potential to be really good. If you can get him in the second round, that's a really good pick. Kevin McCullough Jr. Don't really know much about him at 34. Cam Christie, 35. Look, if the San Antonio Spurs have the 35 pick and Nikola Jurisic is on the board, they're going to take him. Cam Christie, though, is not bad. Pro comparison, Alan Crabb. People are being like, oh, geez, Alan Crabb sucked. Man, Alan Crabb nearly got a max contract in that 2016 mad free agency. You've got Enrique Freeman. Again, don't know too much about him. Who? I've never heard of this person. Who is this? Who? I've never seen this man before in my life. Joel Bollenboy. I've never seen this man in my life. Utah Jazz for 1 season. Milwaukee for 1 season. And I'm a My Team player. I've seen all these obscure players because over the years you got them in packs. If this is his comparison, why the hell would you take this guy at 36? KJ Simpson at 37. I'm trying to think, is there any interesting ones? Adam Bonnet to the Knicks. I like that pick. He's undersized, but he's an athletic center. I really like that pick. Dylan Jones to Portland. Jonathan Mogbo to Philly. Jurisic to Charlotte. I really don't want him to go to Charlotte. I hate Charlotte. I like Jurisic. I hate Charlotte. Don't want to see him there. If you know what, great pick for Miami at 43. I like this one for Houston. I think he might spend a bit of time in the G League, but if you guys don't know, last year in the FIBA World Cup under 19s, he scored more points than Risache and Sarr did combined. And they were on the same team. PJ Hall to Sacramento. Did your man... What's his name? Did he leave? Juan Nunez at 51. I think 51 is too low for him, but I also think I've seen him go like 25. I'm like, that's way too high. Harrison Ingram, Antonio Reeves. What was the Bronny James 55, obviously? Is your man still in the draft? The Spanish guy from the Ignite. Izan Almanza. Is he still in the draft? Did he pull out? Because I know he could pull out, couldn't he? He did withdraw, sorry. I was about to say, I was like, is he... If he's still in the draft, he's like late first, early second round. It says his new options are going to Europe or to try and make the jump to the NBL. If he goes from Spain, from winning MVP in Spain to Ignite to the NBL, that is the reddest of red flags on that man. But yeah, that is the draft. That is probably the last Bleacher Report mock draft.